or two, but actually 3 today's specials that Andrew is doing, really not for the first time, but for the first time he's doing them before January when we kind of figure, you know, the jig is up. So whether it's digestion or immunity or just keeping our liver happy, well, that's coming up at midnight. But in the meantime, you know, are your legs not happy when you sit down at night? Does it seem like they keep going? We used to call this the nurse's product, but it is big, big savings. Again, oh, I'm sorry, glucosamine and chondroitin. So if you have, if your joints,
I thought we were talking about circulation.
See, I was. Speaking of, you know, needing vision support. It's like, but you know, this is another one of my favorites because I certainly have joint concerns, and you've made it ultra affordable to get that kind of support for those of us out there who need it.
And again, when we talk about our glucosamine product, we're talking about a product that most companies discovered 10, 15 years ago or so. My first glucosamine chondroitin product was introduced in September of 1979. And that would be over 40 years ago. And the one thing we learned about glucosamine, and the reason why this product is so exceptionally well reviewed, is there's no excusing the wrong form. The only way glucosamine works is if it's delivered in its proper form. And that proper form is the proper chemical form. Glucosamine sulfate is what we all know the science talks about. Sadly, if anywhere it's even more sad is if you look at pet products. Almost all of the pet products I've looked at use glucosamine hydrochloride. Most of the human products use glucosamine hydrochloride. That is not the beneficial form. It's a cheap imitation. It doesn't deliver the benefits. So again, if you read the reviews on this product, one of the more common things you'll encounter, I tried other glucosamine products. They didn't work. And the reason they didn't work, they didn't deliver the proper form. So if you want to support your joints, if you're not getting the proper form, you're wasting your money. Don't even bother investing in a glucosamine product. It doesn't have to be mine. You can find other glucosamine sulfate or chondroitin sulfate. It won't be in an ultrafine powder and additive-free and high bioavailability like mine, but at least it will contain the right form. So the important takeaway from any discussion on glucosamine, it has to be glucosamine sulfate, it has to be chondroitin sulfate. That's what the science talks about. What's ironic is the science is what creates the interest, what creates sort of the marketplace for someone to make a product to help our joints. But it is just, it's not ironic, I think it's actually sad and highly deceptive that they then make a product that violates the science, that ignores the science. That's not what we do. We take our lead from Mother Nature and we follow the science to deliver you the benefits that are exciting in that literature.
Absolutely. Not only following that research, but great savings that I have to applaud you here, especially as someone who does take this every single day and feels a marked improvement. 75, 150, 300, or that great big, that 600 count size, especially because you are going to be taking this every day, or perhaps you're even sharing it in the family. Here's where our pricing goes, and here's our pricing today. Remember, do you realize you can double that capsule size for less than you will spend for the 600 after this special is over? And then there's another way of looking at that savings as well. So the glucosamine alone, now this is on that 600 count size, is almost $80. On the chondroitin, that more than pays for the purchase. Good grief, it's $104 savings. That really does rival, or once more put us in today's special territory in terms of savings. All this for less than a $20 bill on that 600 count size. And then that extended holiday return policy until the end of January. Andrew, that's more than ample time for us to really feel a difference on how it's going to help assist us with our joints.
And I love the extended return policy. Part of the reason I do is for a long time, I've been trying to, and it's hard to do because obviously there are thousands of brands at HSN, but I've been trying to convince HSN to extend their return policy because for us, we have basically no returns. So I'm happy to extend the return policy. I love the holidays when we get to say, whatever you get now in November, you basically have almost a 90-day return policy. How exciting is that? You can try anything, any size, whether it's a large size, small size, you get to return it. If you don't love it, which you won't do because you'll fall in love.
Absolutely, it's so exciting. And I don't want to, get too far ahead of myself, but do the puppies, do they also get their glucosamine?
Absolutely. They get a capsule of glucosamine every day. They both weigh about 35 pounds, so they get one capsule of glucosamine with chondroitin every day. They also share part of a capsule of Ultimate I. They also share part of a capsule of CoQ10 every day. They get friendly flora a couple of times a week. They also get their free-range collagen in every meal. So, and we're still working on the pet product, so we'll be putting together a product that really emulates what Lincoln and Marcel have been the guinea pigs for all their life. And Lincoln is the troublemaker and the instigator. Marcel's crazy, he's a puppy, but Lincoln's the troublemaker, and Lincoln, hard to believe, is going to be 12 years old. So he still conducts himself like a puppy, and I hope to keep him that way for as long as possible.
Absolutely. Well, he's got the right daddy to help him do that. Well, this was a late-breaking addition to our show, which I'm thrilled